What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited for today's video as I am going to be sharing with you how I stay on track during the weekends and tips to just help you overall. I know that when I was like first beginning my fitness journey, that's really something that I struggled with. I was super consistent and usually pretty good during the week, and then the weekends would roll around and I would completely fall off track, and I feel like I'd lost all of my progress. I stopped caring about my health and fitness goals and it all just went out the window. And it's really like creating this healthy lifestyle is all about like finding balance, and that's so important to achieve on a daily basis, which also includes the weekends as well. So it is Saturday, so I'm going to share with you just tips that I use to help myself stay on track, and I know these tips will absolutely help you as well. So today's video is sponsored by Care of. They are a vitamin and supplement company, and I'm so excited to partner up with them for this video. So I will absolutely share more about Care of and the vitamins that I use from their company in just a little bit. But first, I am about to head to the gym. So that is my first tip for you, is make sure you get a workout in or some form of activity. On the weekends, they're usually like a busier time. You're usually out of your regular routine and sometimes it's harder to get to the gym. But I find that when I make working out a priority for the weekend, it really just helps me stay on track with my nutrition and just like really staying in my regular routine. As far as working out, I don't typically work out both Saturday and Sunday. Some weekends I do, but I always try to get a workout in at least on one of the days. Typically on Saturday morning, I'll wake up, try to get my workout in, depending on what my morning looks like. If it's a really busy morning and I just don't have time to work out, then I'll move my workout to Sunday. However, I'm not really one for like pushing workouts forward and being like, I'll do it tomorrow, because when you say I'll do it tomorrow, sometimes it doesn't end up happening. So I always try to get my workout in and done on Saturday. That way, if I want to take off Sunday completely, I can, and I feel really good about it because I still had a workout yesterday. With that also, I don't like to take more than a couple rest days in a row. I do find that when I take a lot of rest days in a row, it's really hard for me to get back into the gym, and I'm sure you feel that too. So I always like to make sure that I am moving my body. If I can't get a workout in, or I'm out of town, or I'm not feeling like working out, I will do some form of activity, whether that's going for a really long walk or going for a hike or going and playing a sport, whatever that may be. It's so important to just move your body, because when you move your body, you get those good endorphins, you feel good, and I find it's just so much easier to stay on track with your nutrition goals as well over the weekend, because it just puts you in the right headspace and it just feels really, really good. So my tip number one is to make sure that you move your body on the weekend. So I'm about to head to the gym. I'm not gonna bring my camera with me because it's just gonna be busy there today, and I know it. So I will see you guys after my workout. So I just got home from the gym. On my way home, and I went and stopped by a plant-based cafe. It's called KB & Co, and it's in Edmonton. And they just have some healthy alternatives. When it comes to eating out on the weekends, there are definitely food options out there that are healthier than others, so you just want to be making health conscious decisions. For breakfast, I always like to make sure that I do have a really well balanced, nutritious meal, as it's your first meal of the day. So what I got was an avocado toast. I'll just show you a close-up. It's avocado toast. There is obviously avocado. It's a sourdough whole wheat bread. There's mushrooms on it, sriracha, tomatoes, and then onions. So it's so good. It's one of like my favorite things to get. The only thing about this meal specifically is that there's no protein in it, and having a post-workout meal, it's really important to include protein. So I also got a chocolate chip mint smoothie. So in this smoothie, I just went on the website to have a look at exactly what's in it, because I don't know all the ingredients off the top of my head. It is chocolate chip mint. The smoothie is called chocolate chip mint. It's chocolate protein powder, spinach, dates, raw cacao nibs, almond butter, peppermint, and then almond milk. So I got this one just because there's no protein in this avocado toast, and I really want to make sure that I get a good source of protein in. I really like to have like wholesome, nutritious breakfast, because then it allows me a little bit more flexibility throughout the day to kind of incorporate like more yummy processed foods when I'm feeling like I'm hungry or craving those foods. Typically in the morning, I don't have crazy cravings, so I really like to like save like those treats and like maybe the more processed foods. So for when I'm actually craving those foods. So that's why it's so important for me to have like a wholesome and nutritious breakfast. I really try to follow the 80-20 rule on a daily basis. If you haven't heard of this rule, it basically means that like 80% of the time you are eating wholesome, nutritious foods. The other 20% of the time you're incorporating like the foods that you love that are maybe a little bit higher calorie, more processed, less nutritious, like what some people would consider like more junkier foods. I really try to incorporate that balance on a daily basis. So I like to make sure that I'm getting in tons of micronutrients throughout the day. This really, really helps me stay on track, especially on the weekends. It's a huge priority for me throughout the week. And I like to make sure that it's still something that remains the same on the weekends, because it's really easy to kind of slip off and be like, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna go out for breakfast, I'm gonna get some waffles, some pancakes, lots of syrup, and like not have those nutritious meals. But if you make a conscious effort to ensure that you're getting in some micronutrients, you absolutely can set yourself up for that balance. I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and then I'm gonna share with you my vitamins and supplements that I take on a daily basis. So I just finished up my breakfast. Now I like to have my vitamins. I always like to take my vitamins with food. That's just a personal preference of mine. But with it transitioning more into the fall months and kind of being out of summer, I find it so much easier to like stick to my routine and just make sure that I'm getting in my vitamins as well as my supplements that I need. So I have been using this brand Care of, and I really, really like their vitamins because they're completely personalized to you. You take this 5-minute test online, and then it completely customizes what vitamins are best for you and your body. So with me being pregnant, prenatal vitamins are so important. So I had to make sure that those were a part of my vitamin pack. But I love these packages. They're so cool because you take 1 package per day and it has all the vitamins that you need. These are the pills that were suggested for me after I did that 5-minute quiz, but it's super quick and easy to do. And then Care of is really great. They just send you another box every single month. One of my favorite things about Care of is that they use really high quality products in their vitamins. They're not just like your average Joe vitamins, so they're really good. So if you're interested in these vitamins, you can go ahead and take the quiz and see what vitamins and supplements Care of recommends for you. And on your first order, they gave me a code that will get you 25% off, so you can use the code OLIVIAO, and that will save you some money. But I really do like Care of. I like the convenience factor of it. Vitamins are absolutely an essential, and I always make sure that I'm taking them on the weekends as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and shower up, clean myself up, and do some work for the next few hours, and then I will be back with some more tips for you. So I finally went and got all cleaned up. I even did my hair, so that obviously means it's a really good day. Majority of the days I just like wear my hair natural. I put it in a pony or put it in a bun just because it takes so much time to do it. But it's a good day because I did my hair. So right now I am working. I'm working on a special project that I'm really excited to share more about. If you want to kind of stay up to speed on what that project is as I announce it, I'll definitely be announcing it first on Instagram. So I'll leave my Instagram handle here if you're interested in checking it out and learning more about it. I will be chatting more about it really soon. So my 4th tip when it comes to staying on track on the weekend is one that is really important, and that is pay attention to your water intake. I find that people's water intake is just naturally better throughout the week because you're in your regular routine, but when the weekend rolls around, you're just naturally out of your routine, and it's easier to forget about those things that are kind of important to you during the week. And maybe you're a person who's actually not even drinking enough water right now. This is something you for sure want to start to pay more attention to. So my biggest tip is to carry a water bottle around with you all the time. Our body is comprised of over 70% water, so obviously water is so important for so many different things, and it really can help with appetite control, it can help with your digestion, it can help with bloating, it can help with so many different things. So really make sure that you're making water a priority. I aim to drink 3 of these bottles per day. These are 750 mils, so I aim to drink about 2.5 to 3 liters of water per day, and I find that just carrying a water bottle around with me all day, it really like just reminds me to drink the water. If I don't have a water bottle with me and it's really inconvenient to go and get water, I just naturally won't drink as much water. So whether I go to a friend's house or I go to my parents' house or wherever, I'm always bringing a water bottle with me. And I also find that keeping a straw in my water bottle really helps me just drink more water. I don't know what it is, but I swear I drink like twice as much water when there's a straw in my bottle. So that is another huge tip that really helps me. This is just an insulated water bottle. It's kind of like that Yeti brand, except for it's just a cheaper version of it. This is the brand Zach. I don't even know where I got it. I'm not sure what website, but I really do like this bottle because it's massive and it keeps my water nice and cold. So make sure that you are getting in your water intake. Carry a water bottle around with you. Use a straw if that helps you. And you can even go ahead and set reminders in your phone if you find that that's something that you find yourself falling behind on. If you are just getting used to drinking more water, you're gonna need those reminders unless you'll kind of fall back into your old habits. But water is so important, so make sure you are drinking your water. Okay, so my tip number 5 brings me to one that I'm going to be encountering tonight. I believe Chris and I are going to be going out for dinner, so I want to give you my tips to really help me make healthier decisions when I'm going out to eat. Of course, sometimes it's fine to just go out and enjoy a meal and indulge and just enjoy yourself guilt-free, but if you're finding yourself like eating out frequently, or if you're finding yourself just wanting to make a healthier option, healthier alternative when choosing a meal, then I'm gonna give you some tips that will absolutely help you. Of course, like eating out is just a part of our lifestyle. It's something that's inevitable, it's gonna happen. So knowing how to like make a good decision when you're out at a restaurant is really gonna help you just feel good and help you stay on track during the weekend. So when it comes to eating out, I always like to make sure that I take a look at the nutritional menu ahead of time. Oftentimes you'll be able to find the nutritional menu on the like restaurant website, and sometimes it'll even tell you what the calorie and the macro breakdown is. Of course, this isn't going to be possible for every single restaurant, especially if it's like a local restaurant or it's like a family-owned restaurant. You probably won't be able to find the nutritional information, but just take a look just to see if you can find it. That way you have a general idea of what the calories are in the meal, so you can kind of make a healthy decision from there. When you get to the restaurant, I have a few like general recommendations for you. First one being, always make sure that you look for a meal idea that is a little bit higher in protein. Having protein at every single meal is really good, especially if you're working out, and it also is going to help you feel satiated for longer. So protein is so essential, and it's something that majority of people aren't having enough of. So really make sure that you're getting that protein in also when you're eating out. So have a look at the menu, make sure that there's a protein source included. If there's any sauces in the dish that you're looking at specifically, I do recommend always asking for sauces on the side. If you're wanting to indulge in something like a burger or something that maybe is a little bit higher calorie, instead of maybe asking for fries as your side, ask for like a healthier alternative. Maybe ask for steamed vegetables, or ask for a side salad, or ask for grilled asparagus. Like there's tons of different options that you can incorporate so that you can still enjoy the thing that you're craving, such as like a burger, but then you also can get some micronutrients in on the side as well, which is also gonna save you a whole bunch of calories. Another thing that you can do if you're wanting like a higher calorie meal is to just ask to share it with somebody. Maybe you're going out to eat with your partner, or you're going out to eat with a group of people. Maybe split some appetizers, or split the meal that is a higher calorie meal that you're thinking of getting, and then also split a salad on the side so that you're not consuming all of the calories on your own. You can also always eat half of the meal and then take the other half home with you, and have it the following day. So there's tons of different options of how you can kind of save yourself like quite a few calories, but those calories absolutely do add up over time. When choosing a drink at a restaurant, I always recommend going for a low calorie or just a no calorie kind of drink. Like water is a really great option if you want like coffee, tea, Diet Coke. It's just going to help save you a whole bunch of calories rather than getting something like regular Coke or a juice. Same goes for alcoholic beverages. When you're choosing an alcoholic beverage, I guess this kind of leads into the next tip that I have for you, is when choosing an alcoholic beverage, just try to choose a lower calorie option. There's tons of different options that you can choose from. One of my favorites is having like a light beer, or just a glass of wine, or a vodka soda, and I'll add like a twist of lime in it, or even something like a rum and Diet Coke. Those are like all lower calorie options that are are going to save you a whole bunch of calories, but still allow you to indulge in an alcoholic beverage. So alcoholic beverages do add up. The calories can be extremely high, especially if you're having like really fruity drinks. So it is definitely something that you do want to pay attention to. Now, kind of back to the last tip that I was talking about when it comes to eating out. Same goes for dessert. If you want to enjoy a dessert, by all means go for it. It's okay to have dessert every now and then, but if you've already indulged quite a bit that day or quite a bit already over the weekend, maybe skipping dessert would be a good option, or asking the table if they want to share it with you. That way you can still enjoy a few bites, but you don't have to eat the whole thing to yourself. Eating out can sometimes feel like a little bit stressful and a little bit hard to navigate, but if you just kind of take steps in the right direction and make really minor changes, you can save yourself so many calories. So when I go out to eat, I always like to keep these things in mind. I usually like to make some modifications to my meal just to make it a little bit healthier, because I feel so much better when I'm eating like more wholesome, nutritious foods, but I still do allow myself to just go out and eat the pizza and not worry about it and just enjoy it other times too. So it's really about finding that balance and thinking about like how the rest of your day has gone, how the rest of your week has gone, what has it looked like, and like kind of like almost like, are you still following that 80-20 rule? You can still follow that rule when eating out. I always strive to follow that rule as closely as possible because it really, really does help me stay on track. So I'm gonna be heading out pretty soon here after I finish up just a little bit more work here. But the final thing that I wanted to chat with you about, and my final tip, is try your best to stay in your regular routine. Of course, on the weekends, you're not working, or the structure of your weekend just looks a little bit different, but the closer you can try to like keep your regular routine consistent as to how it is during like the regular work week, the better off that you're going to be. That way everything doesn't just fly out the window and you say, whatever, screw it, I'll get back on track on Monday. If you can really get away from that all or nothing mentality, you are going to take strides towards success. So these are tons of tips that have really helped me. So I really, really do hope that these tips also help you as well. If you have any other tips that you want to add in, I would love to hear them below. These are just my top tips for you, but comment below and let me know if there's any other tips that you really focus on the weekends to make sure that you are still working towards your goals. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button so that you can see my future videos. I appreciate you watching this video so much. I hope that you found it helpful. And if you have any other video ideas for me that you want me to do in the future, always just drop those below in the comments, because I hope that this video helps you have a little bit more structure with this next weekend that's coming up, so that you can conquer it, tackle it, and feel really good about kind of moving forward into the next week. So I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!